My name is Paul McDermott. I am at Spectrum during Miami Art Week in 2022, and I'm here with my own gallery, which is the Paul is Everywhere Gallery. I love to travel, I love to explore. It was the traveling that I was really passionate about. It wasn't doing the corporate photography, and I wanted to give it a stab at, opening a gallery and showing my work and seeing if I could, rather than getting paid to travel, I could travel and get paid. And that little tweak ended up being the big difference in my life that was like, oh, this is actually my purpose. When I was a little kid, I was really good at drawing. So when I was like 3 and I was drawing at the skill level of a 6-year-old, it was amazing. When I was 13 and drawing at the skill level of a 6-year-old, it kind of sucked. So I realized I don't really have any kinesthetic skills. Now, I cannot draw, I cannot paint, but I still appreciate all the beauty in the world. So photography became a medium where I was able to look, I was able to experience, and I was able to translate that into a visual language to then showcase the way that I perceive beauty in the world to other people. And I realized that it's almost a meditation. And actually, it really is a meditation. The fun thing about this piece is this was in Jekyll Island in Georgia at a beach called Driftwood Beach. And I actually just had a guy here before who grew up in Georgia, and he said that he spent every summer going to this beach, and he was like, it never looked like that to me. And the funny thing is, this was a day that I shouldn't have been out there. This was a day where the conditions were crazy. I'd gotten there the night before. This is actually right after the show last year, and I started heading north for the holidays. People had told me a lot of my inspiration for where to shoot and what to shoot comes from what people tell me. Like, if they tell me about a beautiful beach to check out, like I will go and I will seek out that beach, or a beautiful country, a beautiful location. If there's beauty in the world, I want to see it and experience it and be able to capture it. So a bunch of people had mentioned Driftwood Beach to me, and I figured it was on the way, I had to go there. We went, we stopped, it was a beautiful evening, storms rolled in, it ended up being crazy the next morning. We had waves crashing on shore. I ended up being out there standing in the water with my tripod taking photos. My wife was pissed. Within 10 seconds of being out on the beach, our coffees were freezing. They were ice cold already. So it was not like an ideal morning to be out there. Nobody else was out on the beach besides us, because nobody else was really stupid enough to be out there in those conditions. But that's really where I thrive. If you give me an opportunity to photograph something differently and to be in an environment where most people aren't able to create, it's that pressure and those circumstances that I'm able to create some of my best work. Photography to me is just a matter of relaying the beauty that I get to experience. And when people look at the work, and part of the reason why I started showcasing my work is because people gave me the feedback that they were having the same experience that I had when I was taking the photo. So if my meditative state can also affect other people and give them their own little meditative moment where they can find a moment of peace, especially in all the chaos of the world right now, and every time they look at the photo up on their wall, they get to have that appreciation for that pause, that moment, the poignance, that appreciation of beauty. I mean, that's the meaning of life. It just makes the world a better place.